G'day folks, 1984, what a fantastic year it was for the video enthusiast. Where I lived there was almost a video store on every street corner, and I can recall spending many hours searching the shelves for that hidden gem that I could take home and rent for the weekend. So 30 odd years later, I thought I'd go through my collection and see what gold I could pull out from 1984 and share a couple with you. So let's get into it. Okay, let's open the batting with Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. This is released on the CIC Paramount label. This one's a bit beaten up. 50-cent op shop find. Yep, must have in the 80s collection. Love the Indiana Jones trilogy. Forget the Crystal Skull. All right, Police Academy. Now this really was one of the blockbusters of the 80s. Spawned the franchise. I don't know how many they made. I think they ended up in Russia or something, but this Warner home video release is still pretty easy to get. Op shops, markets, etc. Okay, Cannonball Run 2 on the Roadshow home video label. This one I think I found it at an op shop in Bendigo and paid again 50 cents for it. Slightly beaten up, it's got a few stickers on it, but that doesn't bother me. I actually like having the history of the cassette and the rental history on the cassette itself. Okay, Monster Dog, starring Alice Cooper, trying to act. It's always funny. This one's got enough gore and horror in it for the average horror enthusiast. Pretty easy to come by. I think I swapped this one for Mad Max or something. Can't remember now. All right, Ghostbusters, the original. This clamshell release is reasonably... It's still pretty easy to come by, but collectors like myself just don't want to give it up. Yeah, the blockbuster of 84, probably the biggest movie of the decade almost. I still watch this one at least once a year. Alrighty, Beverly Hills Cop. When Eddie Murphy was funny. Again, this one's pretty badly beaten up. Seen a few uses over the year, seen a few VCRs. Love this film though, bought the soundtrack, saw it at the movies. Yep, pure gold. Gets watched quite frequently. Okay, Roadshow home video release of Beat Street. This one's got a trimmed sleeve, non-original box, but the cassette plays fine. If I find a better copy somewhere down the track, I may buy it or swap it, but I'm happy enough with this one for the time being. The Last Starfighter. Yep, that mid-80s had Mac and Me, War Games, Explorers, all those types of films. This one usually comes in a small cardboard box, but when I saw this one in a clamshell on the Star Video label, I picked that one up and it was only $1, so why not? Okay, A Nightmare on Elm Street. This is a beta cassette. I have many beta players, so again, it doesn't really bother me what format it's on. This is the uncut version, and it's still a great horror film to watch. Probably gets watched a couple of times a year, this one. I have the Blu-ray, but I always prefer the cassette. Now this really is mid-80s bare ass and boobs gold. Up the Creek, starring Tim Matheson. Get Set to Get Wet. The mid-80s really was the high point for these trashy crap films, which I absolutely love. So, Romancing the Stone on the CBS Fox label. Again, just a tidy film. Danny DeVito, Kathleen Turner when she was half decent to look at. Pretty easy to find in op shops and markets and on eBay. Don't expect to pay much for this. Yeah, it depends if you like it. I like it, so I'm happy to have it. More mid-80s tits and ass gold. Revenge of the Nerds really was a benchmark for the lowbrow bare ass humour. Classic scenes. Again, CBS Fox release. Pretty easy to come by, not too hard to find. Now this is one of my favourites, Repo Man. This is a pretty beaten up copy. You can see it's got the Video Easy label on it. I will try and find a better copy of this, but I'm happy to have this for now. The cassette plays fine, and it's just a great film. Just love Harry Dean Stanton. so I watch this one quite often. Right, the Terminator. Look, I've got multiple copies of this. This is the only one I could find quickly, but again, this one's looks like it's had a fairly hard life. Probably seen a few cases over the years. It's got a trim label. I must have seen this film at least 3 or 4 times at the movies when it was released, and couldn't get my hands on the video quick enough. Okay, Steven Spielberg Gold, Gremlins. Saw this one at the movies. I think I saw this one at Knox Twin back in the day. It's actually getting really quite difficult to find this copy. I ended up swapping this probably 5 years back, and I haven't really seen many copies around. I don't think this is the original case. I may be wrong. So there you go. That's a bit of a look at some of the 80s classics I have in my collection. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.